around here. They will continue to be a leading advocate for freedom to access to any and all treatments that help people realize their dreams of parenthood. Please join me in welcoming Barbara Kohler.
Hi, everyone. I am honored to be here, but I wish I wasn't here. I am with Resolve, the National Infertility Association, and for 50 years we've been providing support, information, public awareness, and advocacy for you, for people who are struggling to build their family. We see what is happening here in Alabama and our heart breaks for you, for providers, for all of the would-be parents who are in this terrible limbo right now. I want to let the legislators know that the world is watching. Our country is watching. What happens here today in these offices will be looked at by the rest of the country. This potentially could be a roadmap for other states to restrict access to IVF, or a roadmap on how to protect access to IVF and family building. Please use your voice. Thank you. Thank you for being here. It took a lot for you to come. You are going to do things today that are going to seem scary, and you're going to get emotional. Let it happen. Let your story be what is front and center here today. These legislators need to know who you are and why your voice matters. Thank you so much.
Okay, advocates, let's talk about what we're going to do in the State House. So by this time, I was hoping that all of you would have this document in your hands, but it's still being printed, and you will have it in your hands before you go into the State House at 9:30. It's going to be called the Guidance for Legislator Meetings and Talking Points Doc. This is going to be everything, all the information you are going to need to advocate inside the State House. So let's just talk about a little bit about what's in this document. First thing, what to expect. Legislators are very busy. They have a lot going on today. Wednesday is committee day, so they'll be in and out of committee hearings. The House also goes in at 9, and they will be on and off the House floor. So we are going to be catching legislators for ad hoc meetings. This might be happening in the hallway. This might be happening as they're coming off of the House floor. This might be happening while they're sitting in their office. We're going to have to be, we're just going to have to be flexible today. So once you have met a legislator, or actually before I say that, let me say this. There are going to be captains on every floor. Oh yes, sorry. Hold on. I will be back. Senator Melson would like to address the crowd. Senator Melson, thank you.
Your issue is important, and you need to be heard, but we've got other issues. So, and I just want to say that all the comments have been great. I know you're going to make your rounds today, but don't worry. Everybody in this building knows your issue, is concerned, and wants to get you back on your normal, abnormal life of infertility. And we know that you're on timelines with medication, other things, and we want to get that back into that flow that you can have less stress in your life. You have enough already without us, and we just want to fix that. Yeah, we have a fix, we believe, but in our haste to make sure that we covered the industry, the doctors, the suppliers, and things like that, we kind of have omitted the most important person in the process, and that's the patient. That is all you. So please realize that we're going to fix that before we do anything in committee. And we want to make sure that if there is something beyond the act of God, that you do have recourse. Well, you're going through a lot of expense, a lot of stress, a lot of everything. We understand that. So again, this isn't about politics, this is about patience. And we want to make sure that we take care of patients today and put politics aside, whether this isn't a Democrat issue or Republican issue. This is about a life issue, and we want to help you create lives.
I'm Terry Collins, and I'll be hearing this in the House, and I just want to say that when you walk in these doors, you will have advocates that you'll be speaking to. There's no reason to be afraid. We want to fix this as much as you do. So thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much to Senator Melson and Representative Collins for addressing us. So let's talk about what to expect inside. We will be meeting with legislators on the fly, so we'll need to be quick and concise. They're going to be captains on every floor. They're going to have orange lanyards. If you can see my friend Sarah here at the front of the steps, they're going to have orange lanyards. So if you have a question as you're navigating the House and Senate floors, just find someone with an orange lanyard and they're going to help direct you into offices where legislators are either present or let you know where legislators are so you can meet with them quickly. How to approach legislators. It's really going to be essential that we are approaching with respect and partnership from a place of common ground. I know that we are upset, we're frustrated, we're angry, and we need to be heard. And so the best way to be heard is to approach these conversations from a tone of partnership and respectfulness. Okay, talking about the actual meeting with legislators, let's kind of talk through a quick outline. So when you're approaching a legislator, you might see someone walking down the hall, you might see someone sitting in their office. You literally just say, "Excuse me, Senator or Representative, do you have a moment to speak with us about legislation to protect IVF?" And again, all of this will be on this document that will be in your hands. They may say yes, and if so, continue forth. If they say no, say, "Well, thank you. I would like to give you this leave behind," which we're also going to have for you, so they can read up on our issue. If they say yes, that's when you will introduce yourself. You are going to be traveling in groups of 3 to 5, so everyone will have a moment to introduce themselves. It could sound something like, "My name is Corinne O'Brien. I live in Birmingham, and I'm a current IVF patient." At that point, you would have time to share your story. So share about 90 seconds of how this issue has personally impacted you. This is going to be the most important part of this meeting because legislators need to hear from folks about how this has personally impacted your life. You might be here as someone who hasn't been personally impacted and you're just sharing your support. That's incredibly important too. In this document, on the next kind of section of these meetings, I have a couple of talking points that you'll be able to choose from. I want you to read through them and select the talking points that make the most sense for you and your story. I think something that's going to be incredibly important is that we encourage legislators to support what Senator Melson and Representative Collins were just talking about. We need to go further in these bills, and we must protect patients. So we need to extend the liability protections for patients. That is going to be critical, and that is not in our current bills. And then finally, the ask is for the legislator to express a firm commitment to only support legislation that provides meaningful protection for both patients and families. Then you thank them for their time, you leave the leave behind, and we go on to the next legislator, okay? We have 2 goals today. The first goal is that 100% of legislators have a group or a patient talk to them and receive a leave behind. The second goal is for you, is for as many legislators to hear your story. Okay, those are our 2 goals. We are so grateful that you have chosen to spend your time with us this morning. There's a million ways you could have spent this morning and this day. Thank you so much for being here. We got this. We're going to work together. Thank you so much. Let's do this. All right, we're going to hang out here. It is 9:16. We're waiting on copies of the legislator guidance meetings and also the leave behinds. So hang around here. Once we get that, we're going to start moving into the State House, okay? All right, thank you.